Hello, my name's Michael Lang. I'm a teacher with AAA English here in Moscow, and today I'm going to show you how I use ISL Collective to set up a video lesson to make it quick and easy to have a task that is engaging for the students, keeps all their senses focused on learning English, and is great fun as well. And once you know how to do it once, it's a very easy way to create a quick and smart lesson for your students. So with that said, and no more ado, let's move on and I'll show you how we do it. So the first thing to do is to go to the ISL Collective video page. Okay, so we're going to use Chrome, and I'm going to go to ISL. Oops, here we go. ISL Collective. Okay, and here we are here. ISL Collective. No, thank you. And I'm going to log in as me. I've already registered many times. If you haven't done it already, guys, log into ISL Collective. There's so much more you can do than just the video. So I'm now going to quickly sign in on Facebook. And so that's set it up. Next thing I need to do is I need to choose the video that I'd like to use for it. So I'm now going to go to YouTube and to choose the right video. Okay, so I'm on YouTube now. Okay, let me think about something that our students really like a lot is Mr. Bean. So let's go to find a Mr. Bean video that we can use. Mr. Bean. So here, Mr. Bean. And there are so many options of Mr. Bean here on YouTube. So I'm going to use a short video just to show you how we do it. So let me look here. There we go, Mr. Bean at the police station, for example. Well, actually, maybe cartoons as well is a good one. So we could use Mr. Bean cartoon. So let's go back up again and start with Mr. Bean cartoon. And let's see if we can get a short cartoon. A lot of them have many episodes. So I'm looking for a short video. Mr. Bean, there's one at 10:46. Okay, so we'll choose this one. Mr. Bean is on the cruise. So that's the video I'm going to use. What I do now is I save the link, the URL from the video, and I copy it. And now I go back to ISL Collective. Now I've chosen my video. I can go back to ISL Collective. And here I'm going to do video lessons. And what I want to do is I'm going to create a video. So we'll go to video lessons over here. Okay, we're going to go to video lessons, and there it is straight away. The first page on video lessons is how to create an ESL pop-up quiz or anything you want to do. So I'm going to paste in here the URL collected from Mr. Bean, and then I'm going to choose make your own custom quiz. You can do other options as well. You can generate a vocabulary quiz, generate a grammar quiz, and these help. The system will help you do it for you very quickly. But I'm going to do the hardest way to make my own quiz today, just to show you the really the difficult way to set up the quiz, to set up the video quiz. So I'm going to go put that in there, and here it is. My first page always comes up because I've showed this tutorial with a tutorial that shows us quickly how to do the video. So if you get lost on how to do it, watch this tutorial and it will show you. Remind you how to set up the quiz, but I don't need to do that. It's got several pages here that you can do that can help to tab through, so you can watch it if you want to, but I don't want to do that today. I'm going to do just that. I'm going to also, when you do on the video site, all the relevant videos you can come up with here along the bottom as well, all focused in from YouTube, and you can see there are lots of Mr. Bean cartoon videos that the kids love. But anyway, I'm going to close that down, and here is Mr. Bean. So this is my main area that I want to focus on here. This is the button number 1. This is the big button that we press. This is what you use to set questions up through the stages of the quiz. So I'm going to just increase the volume a bit here. I'm also going to make it white full screen. That helps me. And here at the top, very important, to remember is some of the options you can have. Here is when you finish your quiz, you can write a lesson plan that explains to anybody who wants to use it how you can use the quizzes, how you can use the quiz. Also, you can set a pre-task here or follow-up tasks, and again, it gives you full instructions here what you can do. You can also set it up for discussion questions, and you can put a vocabulary list in here if you want to as well. And again, it's all here for you, so it's really fully encompassed with the whole thing you need as a teacher to provide it. But let's go back to the quiz and let's set it up. So I'm going to run now the video. Here we go. And while it's running, so here we've got the main button. So maybe you want to say here is, I'm going to put here, so, and I'm going to add a quiz. So I'm going to put in here, for example, what is the name of the actor who plays Mr. Bean? Okay, and here's my answer. Actual fact, no. I'm going to delete that. I've done the wrong one. There we go. Good start. I've already set up the wrong question. This is a gap fill, and it's not the type of question I want. So I'm going to delete that, and let's go back again to set up it. So you can see if you go wrong, you can delete and set up a new question. So I've gone back. So I've deleted it. It's gone. You can see that. I'm going to go back now to set up my new one. And these are the types of questions I can do. This one is a gap fill. This one is for multiple choice. And we've got different options we can show, but I will do that a bit later on. So I'm going to do multiple choice here. Okay. So what is the name of the actor who plays Mr. Bean? Okay, and here we've got our options. So I'm going to have options. So we're going to put option 1, Rowan Atkinson, as we saw. Rowan Atkinson. So that's number 1, and that's the correct answer. So I'm going to click it correct. I can also put Robin. Let's go Robin. Artie boy. And number 2. And let's do another one, another famous name. So Robin, Artie boy, Rowan Atkinson, and let's do Roger. I can't think of what afternoon. Roger Afternoon. There we go. Roger Afternoon. As you can see, I was recording. It's a bit embarrassing. Normally, I do it on my own. I wouldn't be worried about it. But as I'm recording for you, I'm thinking myself. But maybe to write these words down before you start. But of course, I would normally just stop and think. But as I'm recording it, I can't really stop and think. You have to keep this moving along. So there we go. Continue. So there we go. Our first question's in there. Okay. Now we've got this video, as we can see here, with the timing at the bottom. The video runs 10:46. So I would say if you want to use the whole 10 minutes, then do a question every minute. Okay, so what we could do is we don't have to watch the whole video as we're setting up. We can move it along. And let's take, there's 103. Okay, so come back a bit. Let's just see the thing at this one. What can we do here? Okay, so 103. Here we go. So there's a nice one. So let's do here. So let's go a question. We can do this one, scramble question. So no, I don't like that one. Let's not do that one. Let's do another one. Okay, let's think of another type of question. This one is an open-ended question. That's more for areas where you want a student to answer more than just one or two words, of course. What other questions have we got here? We could do, okay, matching question. Well, I don't think I've got matching questions here. I'm actually going to do a question, and also here we can bring a video screen where you've got a marked solution on the screen. We'll look at all these in a minute, but for this one I'm going to do what's the weather like. So okay, 1 second. So I got back to this one. I'm going to delete this one. There you saw that was a mistake. I selected the question, didn't actually put a question in, and then when I wanted to put another question in, it said I couldn't do it. I can't do 2 questions in the same place, so I deleted it, and now I'm going to start again. So I'm going to do this one here again with multiple choice. So what is the weather like? Okay, and I'm going to have, so it is rain. 1. It is raining. Number 2, and it is rained. Okay, it says a bit of grammar here. I'm going to check out. So it is raining, obviously, is the right answer. So we're going to continue. And now I'm going to go up to 2 minutes along. Okay, so I don't have to waste time. Okay, so here we go. So this will be, this might be, where is Mr. Bean? So where is Mr. Bean? And I might say, it's a gap fill again. So he is, okay, so it's not a gap fill again, it's a gap fill. So let me think, where is Mr. Bean? So he is on a, and then we can write this, on a what? Okay, so select the gap, and we've got to put here, and of course that doesn't work either. So let's just get rid of that. Let's just stop. So you can see I'm making all sorts of errors, guys. So it's good for you, because I must admit I haven't used this for some time. So I'm going to add another question. I'm going to go to, not a gap fill though. Let's do this one here. So a scramble sentence. So unscramble the sentence. So we're going to be, type the complete sentence. So you've got to type it in the right place. So Mr. Bean, don't make it too complicated. Don't make it a complicated sentence. Otherwise you've got lots, and that's quite difficult for students. So Mr. Bean is, if you want, unless of course you've got a really advanced students, Mr. Bean is standing on a ship. Okay, scrambled sentence. Okay, there we go, and we'll continue.
Thank you. I think you'll find that's mine.
Okay, so let's now go to 3 minutes. Okay. So there we would say, I would say, okay, here one. So this is with an open question. So where they got to. So describe what Mr. Bean has just done. Here we are already present perfect. Describe what Mr. Bean has just done. Maybe for youngers, they won't understand that it's used to present perfect, but they will know what they have to do to talk about what Mr. Bean did. So check an understanding here. So we're going to put here solution. You can ask solution if you want to. So he has just jumped off the bed, I would say, yeah. So that's what we want. So we do that one. That's question number 4. So let's do that now. Question number 5, which will be 4 minutes in.
My name is Dolly, and this is Susan, and this is Mama.
So what about?
My name is Dolly, and this is Susan.
My name is.
And this
Come on,
is
cut that. What is the name of the child?
Bean.
My name is Dolly, and this is Susan.
Okay, so we can say, what is the name of the doll? Yeah. What is the name of the girl's doll? Make sure, of course, when you're doing the asking the questions, you put them down to the correct grammar. Okay, otherwise it looks pretty bad. We're English teachers and we get it wrong. So, and the answer is it Sarah? Okay, is it Susan? Or is it Susanna? Okay, and the answer was Susan, of course. Let's go with that one. So let's put that one in. They've got 3 options there, and we'll continue.
Susan, and this is Mama.
Okay, let's move out. So let's go to question number 6.
Bye.
Number 5. Okay, so here we might say, something about the moon and the ship. So what are we going to do? Let's look at this one. Matching questions, not really. Let's try another question. Okay, correct the wrong word. So question, the sun is shining. Okay. So we're going to have to put the question. So correct the wrong. So into a sentence and select the one. Okay. So which word is incorrect? Which word is incorrect? So the sun is shining. Okay, change the word. And so we've got to choose the word and moon. Moon, okay. So let's do that again. So here the sun is shining, the correct is moon. So we've got it right, trick word, okay. Which word is incorrect? That's a statement, it's not a question. Continue. Okay.
Morning.
Let's move out to number 7.
Still after
Yes.
So about 6 down.
Yes.
Oh, Teddy.
Do you want to play with this?
Oh.
Okay, so there, about 6 minutes out. Let's do one more question and then I'll finish it here because I think you've got the point. I don't want to labor the point. So we're going to now something about what does Susan throw? What does the girl throw Mr. Bean? Okay, so let's go here. We're going to do gap fill. So type in first and then okay. So what does the girl throw Mr. Bean? And so she throws. She what? We're gonna she throws. No, that doesn't work either. So again, you can see how you do this process. You start the question, think, no, that's not really the good question. So we're going to delete that. And let's add another question. And we're going to do another, which one we're going to do? Are we going to do Scrabble sentence? Not really, we've done that one already. Let's do maybe correct the wrong word. No, I don't think so, like that one either. I'm going to go back to doing obviously our staple one here with multiple choice. So what does the girl throw Mr. Bean? So we're going to put, so she throws him Teddy. Yeah, that's one. A life belt. Okay, that's number 2. They were correct. Those 2 were correct. What else could she throw? Okay, and up here we can put more than one option. There's more than one option. Okay, so what else could she throw him? She could throw him a piece, a donut. Yeah, looks like a donut. A donut. And one more. What else could she throw him? Because there's 2 options, we should give them 5. Because there's 2 correct options, we should give them 5. I think a rubber duck. You always want rubber duck. Okay, and one more. Let's do what should it be? A rowing boat. Okay, rowing boat. Okay, so we've got our 2 answers. So there's more. There are 2. Let's just start more than one option. Let's say there are 2 options. Correct options. Otherwise, the student thinks there might be 3 or 4 options there. So okay, that's at 6 minutes, and let's do that then. So continue.
Oh, no. Come back! Come back! Come back!
Okay, so we'll pause it there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the video. Okay, so we can cut from here to the end. And here I'm going to enter in another, I'm going to enter in here, another question. And I'm going to make this an open question. So they have to type what, what happens, what do you think happens to Mr. Bean? Okay, and then the students have to type in their own answer here or give you your own answer verbally in the class. And that's a really useful way to stop in this video because 10 minutes, once you've got the questions in, that turns into a 15-20 minute part of the lesson. That's nearly half a lesson gone on just that video. And this is meant to be a bit of a warmer. So at the moment we're 6 minutes. So I suggest we end it there. You've got another 4 minutes to go. 10:46 is the whole video. So you've got nearly 5 minutes, which you can use for the next lesson. And the next lesson you could start with, remember what happened, children or students, what happened with Mr. Bean in the last lesson? What do you think happened? Blah, 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 blah. Get some memory going, understanding what went on. And then you can move in to the second part of the quiz as a warmer. And again, set up some more questions for the back end from 6 minutes and 12 to 10:46. You could do another 5 or 6 questions, and that was set up really usefully for the next lesson. Of course, I've only shown you today about a sort of general approach. I mean, if you have a theme that you're working on, like a grammar theme, you could then use present continuous or present simple if it's a basic level. You could also use, as we've done there, we've also used present perfect. What has Mr. Bean just done? He has jumped off the bed. So you can use all sorts of grammar into it and use this video as a linker to getting the students to think about grammar before either as a revision or before when they're starting the question. Anyway, we finished that, so we're going to stop there. So we're going to continue and then pause. Okay, so the video is now done. Okay, so let me now then just, oh dear, what's gone here with the screen? I'm going to save it first of all. Let's save it. Okay, now the video's lesson saved. Okay, so now we can escape from full screen. I don't know what's going on with this. We seem to have something going on with my screen. Let me just quickly pause. Okay, the recording while I sort this out. Okay, so I've managed to sort out my technical problem. So I've saved the video. Okay, I've just saved it again. Now what I need to do is I'm going to edit the tags, which shows how we can add information to teachers and students about what we're going to do, people who want to use a lesson. So first of all, I'm going to put here, Mr. Bean goes on a cruise. Okay, the title. And it's going to be general. No, I just leave that. Mr. Bean goes on a cruise. Okay, that's what we're going to leave it as. And here on tags, we're going to put some Mr. Bean goes on a cruise task description. We need at least 80 characters here. The aim of the lesson is to engage students with watching a video and responding to questions. Sorry for my typing. About the questions about scenes seen in the video. Okay, what happens in this scene? So Mr. Bean cartoon version goes on a cruise and gets into the normal problems that Mr. Bean loves to get into. Okay, so video genre, here we go. So it's a cartoon for kids. Lesson type, it is asking about the visuals. Yeah, okay. So what could we see? Talking about the visuals, not a tapped or hearing check, listening comprehension, no grammar, no mixed practice. Mixed practice, I think. Yeah, it was a mixed practice here. Okay, level, I would say this level is elementary. Yeah, student type is of course going to be elementary school, and copyright license is standard, not attributable, Creative Commons. Okay, so we've done that. So that's now done. We can close that. Now the video is ready to publish. That's it. We've done it. Done the video ready to publish. So let's now publish it. Move it across. Okay. So we've come up with a problem. That's good, because now we've come up with a problem we've got in the, so what do you think Mr. Bean? I think Mr. Bean will be saved by another boat. That's what I think. Okay. So even if you have a problem, the system will come up and tell you when something is wrong. I forgot about that. Good job. We've seen that come up. So it's now ready to watch. And we can go now. If I go now to my video lessons, okay, and I've got here in ISL Collective, you can see my creations. Okay, so I want to go to here, my published video lessons, and there we have Mr. Bean at Halloween. Okay, oh, that's weird. That's one I did earlier on. So let's have a look now. Maybe it's still in draft video lessons. Let's go back to draft video lessons while it looks. Okay. Mr. Bean goes on a cruise. There it is there. So why has it not been published? Okay. It's probably because it needs to have some time for the system to check it, that it's not going to be a nefarious video, a rude video. So probably it will be published soon enough. But at the moment, it's in my drafts. But so it's always there for me to use in my own lesson. But if everybody else wants to see it, I need to publish it. But now I have it here. So if I run my own lessons, and I can go to my own files and set up and do it here, and it's in on my own login, which is me here. Okay, so let's go back. That, in a nutshell, is how I use ISL Collective with videos to set it up with students to have fun, engage with them. And in fact, I just did a lesson before this demonstration with another student when he wanted to watch Mr. Bean. So what I did, we watched Mr. Bean together, but on the proviso that every minute we had to stop and set up a question. And that was Mr. Bean Halloween that we just saw on in my drafts, in my published videos. Mr. Bean Halloween. Try and find it yourself. ISL Collective, Mr. Bean Halloween, and you may find me there, Moscow Mickey, to try it out. Anyway, that's all, and I hope it really helps you to provide some fun and entertaining teaching methods for the kids, some teaching approaches. I enjoy it. I really have a good fun with them. Bye.